Hey there, Bruce, and welcome back to the Game of Fortune. Now we're about to kick off with good cop, bad cop, and we have to decide who we're going to be interrogating? Torturing? Anyway, we're going to go with Kishi, obviously, because Alphonse is basically a cop, so probably not the best bet, although he's going to be the one doing the interrogating on us, I imagine. And I would imagine he would want to interrogate Devon specifically, because she seems a lot easier to crack than Maria. Anyway. Let's interrogate Kishi. Smart idea. I think we'll get more info out of her than out of Al. Though, as a rock star, she's probably used to performing under pressure. Yeah, but that's easier than dealing with an actual detective. Exactly my thoughts. But we're going to interrogate Kishi. Then follow me, please. Belle opened the cell doors and led us out into another set that was nearby. Kishi and Alphonse were sitting on the beds of their cell and watched us as we approached. So, which of you is the good cop and which of you is the bad cop? We haven't figured that much out yet. Or maybe we're keeping it as a surprise. Oh, I can't wait. Well, you don't have to wait long since you're coming with us. What's wrong, Al? You say we're not going to be interrogating you? I don't really care, do what you want. You said we didn't pick you. No. And why do you look like a sad puppy? Don't be so upset, Alphonse. There's always next time. As for you, Kishi, we're taking you downtown. Downtown? Oh, really more like down the hall, but I've always wanted to say that. Alright. Belle opened the cell door and pulled Kishi out of the cell. At the same time, she put on some kind of metal cuffs on her hands. Hey, is this necessary? Well, not really, but it makes things more fun, don't you think? She shut the cell door and then escorted the three of us to a nearby room. Ah, you know, this is a lot brighter than I thought it would be. We get 4 minutes here, right? That's right, and if you want to use any of the fun tools I left behind, they're right over there on the other side of the room. And by the way, Kishi, those are for interrogators, not interrogatees. I wasn't planning on using them. Good, well, now that you understand, why not take a seat and start with the questioning? I'll be outside, so just holler if you need me. Belle sat Kishi down on one of the chairs and then walked out of the room. I wonder... Maria walked over to the other side of the room and opened one of the cabinets. Mother of God! I looked over at the cabinet and saw, well, about what you'd expect. Knives, pliers, wrenches, screws, rags, chemicals, a bunch of stuff that was obviously meant to inflict pain upon others. We're not going to use these. Of course not, like hell I'm going to pry off Kishi's fingernails or waterboard her. I'd also appreciate not getting tortured, thank you very much. Then we're going to do things the old-fashioned way. Right. Maria walked back over toward Kishi and pounded her fist on the table. Alright, Kishi, no playing around. How'd you kill him? What? Kill who? What are you even talking about? Maria, what are you doing? I'm being the bad cop, of course. I get that. Why the hell are you asking about killings? I'm just getting into character, that's all. Okay, seriously, just start with something basic at least. Like, Kishi, what colour was the ball you chose? I don't know. You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? I mean, I don't know because I didn't pick the ball. Really? Well, I guess that means that Al picked it. But you should still know, right? Nope, I got absolutely no clue. Lie, you must know something. Something like... the pattern? You must know what pattern the ball was. Pattern? It wasn't just like a single colour? That's weird. I figured that'd only be a single colour. We're not talking about colour, we're talking patterns here, Kishi. Maria slammed her hand down on the table and leaned forward toward Kishi. Now I'm going to have to go back. Am I going to have to go back and get the nail clipper? Well, I guess my nails could use a bit of a trim. If you weren't cute, I totally would have gone arsehole cop on you right now. Kishi just batted her eyes at Maria, which made her sit back down in her seat, frustrated. Seems that Kishi is mostly immune to threats, at least from Maria. Well, are you really telling us you don't know that the balls have unique patterns on them? Like what? Well, one of them had Maria. Oops, almost spilled the beans there. She's a lot more cunning than she's letting on. Don't try that again. Or what, you're going to brush my hair until it falls out? We don't have time for that, but I totally would. Maria, you can't be falling for these dumb taunts. The materials, you must know what the ball was made out of. Materials? Don't bullshit us, Kishi. Maria slammed her fist down on the table and seemed to make Kishi jump. I didn't even know there were materials. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but that reaction seems genuine. Not that I can really tell a genuine one from a lie, but did she really not know what kind of materials the balls were? Were the balls made of different materials? We're the ones asking the questions here. Don't make me get the hammer. You just said you weren't going to torture me. That's before I found out you were a dirty liar. Hold on, hold on. We don't need to go that far. She's acting kind of strange, honestly. Or she's just a really good liar. I can lie, but I don't think I'm some expert at it. I haven't lied yet. To be honest, I really don't know anything about the ball's materials. She seems a little too pleased by all this. Something isn't right here. What? I don't think Kishi's being coy. I really don't think she knows. But how would that be the case? Kishi, you said Alphonse picked the ball, right? Yep, and that's the truth. Did you see Alphonse pick the ball? Well, you caught on quick. No, I didn't see Alphonse pick the ball, actually. What? Let me guess. Before Belle even showed the balls, Alphonse asked you to turn around so you wouldn't see. That way, in case we interrogated you, we'd never be able to get the info out of you. Well, no, I definitely know what ball got picked. I just didn't see it, you know? She's got that dumb coy smile on her face. She's having too much fun with this. Then we need to know what number it is. She had us duped the whole time. Seems like it. That's why she doesn't know anything and seems genuinely surprised. Well, then what can we do? Well, what you'll do is get another crack at it next time. Belle walked over and put her hand on the table. Oh, it's interrogation time up. That it is, but don't worry, this isn't the last time. And maybe next time you can get a little dangerous, bloody, violent. Anyway, let's get you back to your cell and give the other team a chance to do their interrogation. Right. Belle walked back over to Alphonse and Kishi's cell. The whole time I could only think about how much time we wasted. Well, it was only 4 minutes, and she turned out to be a complete and utter dud. Ah, you're back, so how'd it go? Terrible, Al. She didn't know anything. Why didn't you let her see what ball you picked? Oh, well, it just seemed like it was a bit overwhelming for her, that's all. Watching you pick a ball was overwhelming. It was an intense choice. Being ignorant is sometimes better than knowing the truth. Those are strange words to hear out of a private detective. Well, you know, it's the truth all the same. My life would be plenty different if there were things that I just didn't know about the world. Or would it be better? I guess not. Alright, let's cut the chit-chat. Kishi, back in you go. Belle pushed Kishi back into her cell. Hey, I'm still cuffed. Alright, my apologies. Sorry. You look so comfortable in them. These aren't exactly fuzzy cuffs, you know. Does she keep fuzzy cuffs around her place? Anyway, I'll be back. Come on, you two. Belle escorted Maria and me back to our original cell and locked us back inside. Now wait here while I go back and see who the other team wants to interrogate. You couldn't just do that while we were together. No, of course not. You have to have some time to think things over. A small amount of downtime is essential for a good interrogation. It allows you each to think things through. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Belle left, and Maria and I were simply alone with one another. Damn it. Feeling bad about how we didn't get anything out of the interrogation? Yeah, it felt like a waste. Well, all this means is that we're going to have to get information out of Alphonse instead, which sounds like a real pain in the ass. Devon? I'm just thinking, are we really sure that Kishi doesn't know anything? Weren't she the one that said that she didn't see what Alphonse picked? Well, yeah, I feel like that's right for sure. It's just... I don't know. Just a gut feeling. A gut feeling that what? She might have known or maybe snuck a peek? No, I don't think she'd do something like that. If the point was to keep her in the dark and know nothing, then she probably did turn away so that she wouldn't see what the heck Alphonse picked. But what if she knew the information anyway? How would that happen? I try to think back about what happened when we chose that ball that we used for the game. All we did was point to it and select it in agreement. Wait, do we both have to agree to whatever ball it was that we picked? Oh yeah, I guess we did. So then Kishi would have to have seen the ball that was picked, right? No, I don't think you have to see it to be able to agree with your partner, right? Alphonse could have just said I picked that one while pointing at a ball and Kishi could reply, yeah, that one's fine. Doing it that way would keep Kishi from knowing exactly what ball was chosen. I guess you're right. Oh, but wait, didn't Belle also announce what kind of ball was picked too? Like, she said it out loud. That's true, she did do that. We probably didn't think about it because it was just confirming what we picked. But for Kishi, she suddenly learned what ball was actually picked, or at least the colour. Chances are that Belle only said the colour of the ball and not the other properties. Probably. At least I'm hoping so. It's possible she said absolutely nothing in regards to what ball was picked. But if we're right, then we can still drill into Kishi to get information we want out of her. The question is how? Maybe we don't have to get creative. We'll have to get creative to get a confession. You don't mean torture, do you? No, of course I don't mean torture. We were just gonna have to trick her somehow. Oh. Did you really think I'd resort to that? Of course not, Devon. I trust you. That pause made me think otherwise. Nevertheless, we waited for a bit and tried to think about ways we might be able to get Kishi to talk. Before we could get far, though, Belle returned with Alphonse and Kishi right beside her. Ring ring, it's time for you two to come on out of there. Or at least one of you. Belle opened the doors to the cell and then reached a hand out to me. Me? Of course I'm not extending a hand to Maria, am I? I stood up, but just as I did, Belle clasped my hands in shackles, just like she did for Alphonse. You mean Kishi. We'll be back, Maria. Have fun. Hey, I've always wanted to be interrogated by the police. Well, the good news is that we're not the police. Just imagine we're playing a fun game of truth or dare. Except there's no dares. Right, just tell us the truth and everything will go well. Is that a threat? Don't worry about it. This is not reassuring in the slightest. But there was no point in protesting. They're taking me over to the interrogation room, just like we've done with Alphonse before. Alright, you three, have fun, but not too much fun. Otherwise I'll get envious. Belle sat me down on one of the seats and then left the room. I'll leave this to you, Kishi. You got it. Alphonse walked away toward the cabinets full of torture equipment, and I felt a shiver run up my spine. He wasn't actually going to use those, was he? That's not what he was doing, right? Worried that he's going to grab some nasty instrument of pain? I mean, yeah. You two aren't actually going to torture me, eh? No, of course not. She says that, but Alphonse is looking at some of those tools pretty intensely. There's no need to be nervous. We're just going to be having a pleasant chat, that's all. So ease up, okay? Kishi seemed earnest, and eventually Alphonse returned back toward the table, taking a seat while crossing his arms. If anyone looked like a bad cop, it was certainly Alphonse. Let's get started then. Devon, what's the colour of my hair? What kind of question is that? That's not going to help them figure out what kind of ball I picked, right? Or are they trying to do some weird psychology thing? Figure that the colour I like is the same as the ball I picked. I could tell the truth, lie, or refuse to give a legible answer. Something like Alphonse's dinosaur or whatever. Wait, we didn't pick Alphonse. Cardboard. Yep, cardboard. Cardboard. Seriously? Cardboard. Like brown coloured? Come on, Devon, it's clearly blue. Cardboard, cardboard, cardboard. I don't get it. Does it just look dry or something? Is the conditioner I'm using all that bad? Kishi ran her hand through her hair and looked to sulk for a minute. No, that's not what I mean, it's just a way for you to avoid the question. It looks nice, so don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Thanks. It used to be longer, but I think I like having it short. It's kind of cute this way. Kishi with long hair. Wonder if it'd end up being curly or not. Still kind of a weird question for her to ask. Alright, next question. You know my band, right? Primordials? You have known about them. Then do you remember what our most popular song was on our first album? I actually do, in fact I have it. The most popular song should be Foggy Memories, I think. But do I tell you that? Maybe I just make something up. Always nonsense. If you're going to give me the option for nonsense, my answer will always be nonsense. Four-leaf failure. It was Four-leaf failure. That's not a song we've ever made. Hell, I'm pretty sure that's not a song at all. Are you sure? Maybe it was just an obscure piece that you wrote and tried to forget. Don't try to gaslight me into thinking I wrote something. I know what I've made. So you just made up a random name? Well, I had a tune in my head. Sure, it wouldn't be a Foggy Memories, but it'd probably be an interesting song. So you do know about Foggy Memories? Yep. Well, yeah, I do. Why make up some random song title then? To throw us off, of course. Caught me red-handed. You don't have to hide if you're a big fan, you know. I'll give you an autograph later if you want one. Yeah, that'd be nice. Kishi, focus. Yeah, whatever. Where are they going with these questions? Let's do another. What's Alphonse's job? Why are you making a question about me? Because I'm doing all the questioning right now and I figured you'd want to be a part of the process. Alphonse silently toyed around with some kind of nail filer in his hand before looking back at me. Might as well answer the question. What do you think the right answer is? He's a PI, so the answer should be obvious. Pie investigator. You're a pie investigator. What? I also have to ask. What? Like a taste tester, but for pies. Does he look like the kind of person who goes around eating pies as a job? I guess he doesn't look as colourful. I figured he'd have a few food stains on his clothes. I'm not a messy eater. And you're a cook, aren't you? Where are your stains? I wear an apron when I do prep work, so I don't get my clothes ruined. Well, I'm not a pie investigator. I have no idea where you got that idea from. Is he blushing? It's kind of cute. but I'm really stumped as to why I'm getting all these questions. Alright, let's get time for one more question. So, what would be fun? I hate that smug look on your face. What you got planned? Do you love Clyde? What the hell are you doing? Why would you ask me that? That's mean. Well, I think it's fine. I just want to hear it from your mouth. Why is that nonsense? Do you love Zeph? You can't answer a question with a question. Why not? It's a response, isn't it? I mean, technically it is, but it's not a proper answer. You think I'm going to answer something like that? Besides, if you can ask me about my love life, I can ask you about yours. But mine's obvious. I've been dating Zeph for years. If I didn't like the guy, I wouldn't be with him. So now it's your turn to spill the beans. I refuse to answer your questions any further. If you ask again, I'll just keep repeating the same question. You know, protesting too much signals a real answer. This jerk. And that's time. Val entered into the interrogation room and smiled at each of us. Did you have fun interrogating? Yeah, it was kind of fun. I didn't like it at all. Well, I guess we're done here then. Let's go. We left the interrogation room and stopped by my cell once again. Welcome back, Devon. How was the interrogation? Weird, they asked me a bunch of dumb questions. The questions weren't dumb. Some of them definitely were. Yes. Well, you can think of better ones for sure. Let me go return them to their room real quick and see if they're going to make a guess. So how'd it go really? I wasn't kidding when they asked a bunch of dumb, weird questions. It was like they didn't want to know what kind of ball that I picked. Really? Who was doing the questioning? Kishi, though Alphonse chimed in from time to time. I see. Was Alphonse looking at you the whole time? I mean, yeah, he was. Gotcha. Then he might have been doing his usual trick. His trick? Yeah, he told me that sometimes when he wants to get information out of people, he does this little trick. He starts off by asking people questions that he knows the answer to. Then based on how the person reacts, he can get a general idea for when they're lying or telling the truth. That would explain why Kishi was asking me those weird questions, but I thought that Alphonse said that body language reading was all bullshit. It is. But isn't that what he's doing then? He's not reading your body language, he's reading like the other stuff. How long you take to answer, how forceful you are, your general attitude, the details you give. Small stuff like that. He told me before that he's always had a good ability to sort of get a read on people the longer he focuses on them. So then what? Was he just trying to figure out how I respond when I'm lying or telling the truth? Well, I didn't do either. Anytime. I just nonsensed. Can he do that in 4 minutes? Maybe. I mean, he's at least giving it a shot. Whether it works or not is another matter altogether. What he usually does afterward is he forms his questions in a certain way. What do you mean? He'll do that lawyer thing when he makes the questions have only a yes or no answer. Less open-ended questions like, instead of asking, did you pick the blue ball, he'll ask, you picked the blue ball, didn't you? See the difference? One is more open-ended and allows for different answers. The second one is more direct and demanding of a specific answer. And if I avoided giving a straight answer and a simple answer like yes or no, then I'll easily signal what I'm thinking. At least, that's what I think the point is? Pretty much. How'd you answer the questions? Mostly truthful or mostly lies? I mostly lied. I mean, they were obvious lies, so maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe, but he'll probably catch on to you if you try to lie from now on. In other words, if you try to fake a lie, you'll probably know it and assume that the questions he's asking is the truth. Like if he asks, you picked the blue ball, right? And then you lie, he'll know that you picked the blue one. Well, what am I supposed to do? No, we're just going to say cardboard to everything. He's going to be able to read me like a book and get all the answers he wants at this rate. Well, the trick is to change the truth in your head. Huh? Like instead of a ball, maybe think of an oval, and instead of blue, maybe it was more cerulean. Apparently his little technique doesn't work all that well if you change the way you think about the question. Does that work? Sort of, but you really got to believe it. So you have to think of the most convincing technicality to change the way you think. I guess that sounds about as good as any other idea. But there's another option, and that would be that we try to get information out of Kishi as to what kind of ball her team picked. It feels like it'll be hard. It's not impossible, we'll just have to get creative to pull out information out of her. We're not torturing Kishi. I wasn't thinking about torture. Just some other ideas that we might not have thought of. Like? Brainstorming back there? We tend to see Belle knocking on the bars of our cell. Why not try out those fun tactics? See, the other team didn't bother guessing? Nope. Figured they'd save it for later. Which means it's time for more interrogations. Aren't you excited? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, you really are excited. That's the spirit, Devon. Let's get you over to the other cell so we can get started. We left our own cell and walked over to the other teams. So you didn't end up making a guess, huh? Seemed too risky, and Devon was giving all sorts of weird answers. Exactly, I'm just too wild. Sure, wild. Anyway, who have you come to pick? We're gonna pick Kishi again. You must have been expecting that I'd pick him this time around. Maybe he's a bit nervous that Kishi might spill the beans after all. I don't think it'll be easy, but it'll be worth trying. Don't worry, Alphonse, it's not like they can get anything out of me. I know, which is all the more concerning why they're bothering to pick you again. It'll be fine, I got this. Belle unlocked the cell door, latched Kishi's hands in cuffs, and then walked us into the interrogation room. So what do you want to know this time around? Well, let's just get right into the details. Kishi, you know the colour of the bull, don't you? Have we already gone through the song and dance? I don't know anything. I didn't see the bull get picked. At least, that's what you two seem to think. Can it? We know you heard the Belle say the colour of the bull out loud. Gotcha, she definitely knows. Maria's getting pretty good at catching them off guard. And if you don't tell us what colour it is, we're going to rub your skin until we get to the bone. So you're going to give me a facial? No. Well, she had her moments. Either way, I'm pretty sure that Kishi knows the colour of the bull. So there's got to be some way to tease it out of her. I've got time for maybe 4 questions. If I can get enough info, I should be able to make an educated guess. But I got to find some way to make her slip up on the details. Okay, let's try like this. I can try and be nice to Kishi and see if she'll talk, or have Maria go bad cop on her and let her dictate the flow of the conversation. If I judge her reactions to the question, I might be able to have an idea for what works best. Honestly, I don't know much about Kishi, but she tends to be pretty level-headed when she wants to be, but can definitely be shocked out of her focus state too, especially when she's thinking hard about something. That'll probably be the best time to catch her off guard. Alright, here goes. Best to begin with something simple. Kishi, were you surprised when you heard Belle declare the bull colour? I've got no idea what you're talking about. Belle didn't declare anything about a bull colour. Alphonse picked a bull and then that was the end of things. So you didn't have to confirm that with Al what bull was chosen. Well, I mean, I wasn't really listening. Alphonse just asked me to agree with his choice or whatever it is. I think. She seems like she's a bit out of it, trying to remember the details. Or maybe she's just making up a story. Either way, now's not the best time to press for more details. The question is how. What we'll do is... I better save again. You know, before I screw everything up. So you were listening then? I'm just trying to get a picture of what happened, Kishi. Well, I wasn't exactly listening. It was more like I turned away and then Alphonse did whatever and then he tapped me on the shoulder. He asked me to confirm the choice out loud. I didn't even know what the choice was, but I just said, I'll pick the same bull as Alphonse. And that was it. And he didn't hear anything else after that. Nope, didn't hear a thing. I might have been too nice to her. If she's too calm, it's going to give her a chance to think things over. If she's like that, I have to have Maria put some pressure on her. Let's move on to the next question, Kishi. Did Alphonse tell you what the bull colour was? Why would he tell me something like that? Wouldn't that defeat the purpose of having me turn away when he chose the bull in the first place? Just seems kind of silly. She seems focused, or at least she's got a prepared answer for this one. Let Maria run wild. Alright Maria, why don't you take the lead on this one? Sure thing. Kishi, I know Al, he'd definitely tell you the bull colour. So don't go trying to lie and say that he kept it a secret. But that's what he did. I explained to you why Alphonse didn't tell me. Or are you saying that Alphonse would tell me to turn away and then tell me anyway? I'm the one asking the questions here. Alright, you caught me. Alphonse told me what the colour was. It was purple with black stripes and it smelled like pineapple. Do you think this is a joke? Would it be rude if I said yes? I can't give you the answer you're looking for, so I figured an answer that would make you laugh would be better. Sorry if it wasn't funny. Guess that getting aggressive didn't work all that well while Kishi was composed. How about another question? Sure, I got all day. Really only about 4 minutes. Well, less than that. How about this, Kishi? You heard the colour that was announced and you're not going to tell us which it is. What about you told us which it wasn't? You mean like guessing and I confirm whether or not it's the one I heard? What makes you think I'm going to give you an honest answer? Well, I don't, but maybe we can get a reaction out of you. A reaction, huh? By all means, go for it. There's nothing else we can do but go for it. The question is, who goes for it? Could be me, or I could try and let Maria handle it from here. I have no idea. Maria, what do you think? Can you get a reaction out of her? Oh, you bet I can. The colour of the sky is blue. I mean, I can't really see it, but it's usually blue. My hair is pink. It's kind of a faint pink at the sides. You're too slow. Speed it up. Also, less words. One word. Turn this into a word association cap. The colour of fire. Red. Well, red depending on the material that's burning, but usually red or orange. Less words, damn it. I didn't ask for a scientific paper. Fine, fine, just one word. The colour of grass. Green. Lemons. Yellow. The ball you chose. Periwinkle. What? Periwinkle is a kind of light lavender colour? Is she telling the truth? No. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's some kind of purple colour. Not that there was one to pick from. Don't bullshit me, Kishi. I thought we were having fun. You got me to smile, so that was a reaction of sorts. Well, at least you gave it a try. Hey, Devon, can I ask you a question? Oh yeah, sure you can. Let's skip over the annoying game questions and get personal. What do you want? What do I want? Where's Maria going with this? Yeah, like, what's your goal here? What's your end game plan for all this? You mean like, in general, around here? Yeah, for the game and sort of after that. What do you want to do with the Digits of Eden? Stuff like that. I mean, you basically raised to be the new leader someday by your grandmother, right? I've heard talks here and there. So you're just gonna sort of get a better image, or is this some kind of trial? Whenever I see you with the grandmother, you were following her around like a duckling that follows its mother. Well, she's certainly making Kishi a little irritated. So you're really going to take the reins after your grandmother's done? I want to be done with the Digits of Eden. Really? Is it hard to believe? I figured they would have brainwashed you by now into being so eager to join. You think that, huh? My grandmother certainly tried to sell me the idea. Sometimes she made it seem like it wasn't even a choice. But I've seen enough to know that I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Then why are you here? Why are you still doing your grandmother's bidding? It's the only way I'm going to get out of this mess, Maria. It's the only way she'll be satisfied. Even so, you shouldn't just... Ring ring, time's up. Damn it, Belle. Oh, I'm sorry, was I interrupting a moment there? Yes. Oh well, I guess you'll have that moment later, because you're out of time. Come along, no point in getting miffed over this. You got plenty of time to talk in the next interrogation. Assuming you get one anyway. We stood up from our seats and went through the steps again, dropping Alphonse back off before heading back to our cell. Once we got back to our cell, Belle smiled sweetly at us. So do you wish to make a guess? You're free to decline, of course, but that throws the ball back into the court of the other team. Which, hey, if that's what you want to do, I'm all for it. I'm sure that eventually one of you will break and confess to something. If we know what the right answer is, then we could definitely go and try and guess now. But otherwise, we might be better off waiting. I have a feeling the other team isn't going to wait much longer, to be honest. On their next turn, they're probably going to try and make a guess. You think so? That's just what my gut tells me. Well, mathematically speaking, it's better to let the other team guess than for us to try it and possibly mess up, right? Right, but these aren't blind guesses. They're using whatever information that they can to make good deductions. So they might have better odds than what we're thinking. You think so, huh? Well, if you think that they're going to nail it, then your best bet is to make a random guess here, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah. On the other hand, if we're able to confuse the other team, then we might be able to get them to fumble up. And then if they make a bad guess, we'll win that way. Exactly. So then it's up to whether you want to risk now or try to fool the other team. Right, in that case, let me think. Save. I don't want to guess. No. Let's not make a guess. So you're going to bank and then making a mistake? That's the plan. Al's probably going to try and interrogate you. Are you sure you can handle that again? I think I'll be able to do it. If you think you can do it, then by all means go for it. So you're not going to take a guess then? Yeah, we're going to skip. Alright then, if that's what you want. Belle hid the balls and then walked away. She probably went to grab Alphonse and Kishi to do another interrogation session. Well, hope you're ready. As ready as I'll ever be. I mean, all I have to do is trick Alphonse, right? Easier said than done. He's got a lot of experience in the field doing this. The only thing that he's had on it is that he's on a time crunch, so maybe he won't be as good as he usually is. Guess we'll see if he's up to snuff. After about a minute of waiting, Alphonse and Kishi showed up once again. Alright, with that, we're going to wrap this one up here because we're out of time for today. But it doesn't look like it's going very well for us at this stage, so we might have to redo this, but I don't know. I don't know how harsh the conditions are, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, Press, and I'll see you in the next one.